So this is a air purifier. I think it's called from New Comfort, the brand. I don't really know the model number. It has a ionizer on it. Air purifier model number is ca3500. Now, it doesn't power on whatsoever. It doesn't have a fuse here that you can lift up on and make sure your fuse is good, which I've already did. But here's the fuse, and here's a spare fuse here inside the holder. That's a pretty cool design. I like that. Snaps right down in place. Has an on-off switch, which is not the problem. You can see everything in this thing is completely see-through. It's clear. It probably has like lighting of some sort, I'm guessing. There's some light bulbs or whatever. So, in addition to this, it has this little thing over here. And I'm guessing it's a breaker, or it's a limit switch of some sort. Looks like a limit switch. Got a mount of a limit switch. I'm not exactly sure what it's for. Maybe it's to make sure it shuts off if you were to take it apart. Yep, that's a limit switch. So, oh, okay. So if you were to take the filter off here, take this off here. So now we've opened that limit switch up before it was closed. Let me see if I can watch that in person. And here, just pay attention to this area here. So that right here. So when I put this back in, it should close that. It's not doing a good job of seating. So there we go, just closing it. Cool. So that's what that's for. It's a kill switch, which is great. Awesome. You can see through this circuitry here. Circuit board. I don't necessarily see any fuses right off the bat. I see a knob. There's a knob for this one here. There's another knob for the on-off. There's probably take the small flat tip screwdriver, take that off. AC in, fan. It's like a capacitor. I don't see anything else. There's a resistor. Looks physically fine. I'm just looking for like burnt components before I take it apart. There's a small coil. So okay, so we have power in, comes in here, and then the black wire goes to the fan. So, what is this red wire from the transformer tap? How do we get power to it? The light itself is there. It's killing me here. I can't see nothing for the reflection. which also means I can't see anything, period. That'll be better. This transformer goes down there, so I guess that comes off from here. Does look like a crappy solder joint on the switch down here. Looks like several crappy solder joints. But that should not affect both the ionizer and the other thing. So, I'm going to plug it in and see what happens. Alright, so, no power. I don't hear a click out of this like you do that. There's still no power either. It's strange. So that means the circuit's not getting any light, not getting any power. Alright, you have to take this screw, this screw, this screw, this screw, this screw out, and that's going to get this back panel. So you'll have to disconnect your wires. You got to make sure you're paying attention to what wire goes where. Okay? And then you have these 4 screws here that loosen up this unit here. And then I believe the rest of it will slide forward. You may have to take the feet out as well. I'm not sure exactly right now. Okay, so you see the solder joint there. Let's see if I can get it to focus. That looks like shit. You see the center one right there by the yellow stripe and the resistor? Yeah, that looks like garbage too. I'm going to move over here to the other side. Got some sloppy soldering. Wow. Terrible. And that's probably the only thing that's wrong with it. The 2 switches that turn everything on, and they have a crappy solder job. So it probably means the rest of these components here are crappy as well. It doesn't even look like there's any through-hole components in that. With the through-hole pins. I know it's hard to see with all the dust inside. Yeah, let's take it all the way apart. Alright. Couldn't find my regular screwdriver. I'll make it work. So I was taking these screws out, they squeak. For some reason, they must have thought it was cool to make everything in a plastic casing. It's acrylic, so that's what you're gonna hear. You take these screws out. Kind of squeak them on. Alright. Interesting. If it had been me, I would just put metal inserts. They have this quality control sticker. Probably going to void your warranty if you have any warranty, which I'm probably betting you don't at this point. So, if you're watching this video to fix your thing, probably going to do that. And it's probably a couple years old anyway. So, should be fine. What I need to mention is you need to have a soldering iron in order to re-solder the stuff. Cheap $5 one from Walmart will do just fine. You don't need a special one. And since they put washers on the back of this one, you don't have to worry about breaking the threads. These are also longer screws as well. I'm kind of hoping the whole thing either goes forward or goes up and backwards. And being that it's a faceplate, it's probably not going to budge either way. It's probably glued in and it's going to be a pain in the butt. And I'll have to find some type of small flat tip screwdriver to fit into this knob, or just really break the knobs free somehow. I don't know what you can see in this video. Okay, you can still see what I'm working on. Good. Alright, so let's see what's what. This comes off, and does this move on its own? Ooh, there's a bulb there. It does to an extent, and I deal more with the stupid knob, having to take it off. Okay. I do not have a flat tip. That'll probably fit that. I believe it's a flat tip. Yep. So let's see if I can do that. I'll turn it all the way off. It does the same for the other one. Awesome. All I needed. Now, I'm not going to take the fan off in the front. I just want to get to where you can remove the stuff. Point it by its wires, just so I can get a hand on this and pull this out. If you have two hands to help you, it'd be great. Because behind this whole housing here, and this the fan, is a connector. I guess I could probably just disconnect this and here. And we'll disconnect the power coming in. Okay, they don't give me that much leeway. And then you have these two connectors here. One you squeeze and remove, the other one you can take one hand and kind of, I'll show you. You do this, you grab onto it, and you just flick it. Or use two hands and pull it, and it'll be fine. But since I'm holding one with one and the other with the other, I can't flick it. Tight. There. That's disconnected. Now I can take this whole unit and remove and put it like this. Be careful with the bulbs. I'm going to find a spot for this case. Now, you can leave this like this if you want. And let's see what else we can do. I'm just examining their solder joints. Let me see if I can find my brush. Been a while since I've worked on electronics back here. Here it is. I don't have hardly any solder on those pins. I mean, there's solder there, but there's no pin exposed. That's amazing. How shitty of a service to do. What in the hell? Made in China. That's all I can tell you. Quality work, quality products. Make sure you don't do it in a fast process like this. I understand people are trying to make a buck, but you don't have to make complete garbage. And this is complete garbage. I'm loosening these two nuts up here so I can slide this board forward and get it out. Hopefully. I just kind of want to look on the other side and look at these bulbs. There's one there. Alright, cool. I'm not sure what's preventing me from... It's just because these two are fighting each other. There we go. Alright, gotta be more forceful. I'm going to disconnect the two white wires so I can get this board out and I can solder on the top of it. And I don't really think they matter which way to go. I will take a piece of tape and put on one, however. We'll put that tape here on this side. We'll put that tape here on the connector itself, and I know which one it went to. Just like that. Okay. Alright. Now we can get to the switches and solder them. I'm gonna bring it down. Just like that. And let's get in here and zoom in so you can see what I'm showing you here. Come over here. See how that is? That's really bad. Wow. I do have another fuse. I'm really impressed. There's a fuse there. I wonder if it's good. He said he went in, he was working, he left the room, came back, or left the house and came back, it was not working. The fuse is good. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. So I'm going to plug in the soldering iron. And cut the video so we can take and let the soldering iron heat up. It's going to take like 4 or 5 minutes for this to get anywhere where I need it to be. And this is just a cheap Walmart soldering iron. Alright, now we got the old iron heated up. Let's make this work. A lot of times you're going to find in electronics, half of it's going to be solder joints, and the other half is engineering problems that they failed to fix in production, such as shitty capacitors, whatnot. Anymore, it's LEDs and software, especially with television. Almost like it had a coating on this, but I know it's not conformal. I'm going to heat this up some more. Alright, I'm going to move over to the bottom side and do the same. And heat this up. And then we're going to do the two center switches, connections. And that should take care of it. Hopefully. I'm going to unplug the soldering iron. We'll cut that. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of observe over this and look and see what else I can find, if there's any other problems that might show up later down the road. We want to do anything and everything to have preventative maintenance. You see down right in here, there's this resistor here. Look at that big old solder blob. Wow, look at that. That's just really bad quality control. There's no reason for that big old solder blob there. They're just dumb at that factory, apparently. And I guarantee you, if you take, let me do this. I'm gonna do this. Alright, yep, it's loose. So, there you go. Alright, we got that solder blob removed. And I think we're going to put it back together and see what happens. It's a very basic circuit board. It's just going to be a power supply board. Very basic. I shouldn't expect much. I'm not going to. Alright, let's put it back together. Now, I told you this was plugged into one of the connectors here. I want to make sure that was the same. I'm going to do this. I'm going to flip it back upside down like this. Should probably already... Probably shouldn't stretch those wires, but I can always unplug them. And they'll stay in the same order that they did. And we just slide it back in, nice and neat. And let's put the washer above, plastic, on both ends. Get that above here. If you take the nut and the washer off completely, you won't run into this problem. I'm not sure why I can't get my finger on this and lift it up. There we go. Alright, slide it forward. Gonna be a pain in the butt. There. Now I can let that one rest and put this one forward. Good. And they'll just snug themselves in, just like that. Okay, so now I can take and plug in the other connectors that I disconnected. The two red and blacks. And the one that I disconnected and marked over here, because I want to make sure that was all in the same area, so they know what was what, or even if it mattered. Come on. And then our two connectors here. There. Now I can drop this thing back into its case and connect these two wires here. Which you can't see nothing because I'm probably still zoomed in. Yep. So I got these connectors in. Now I'm going to put this back in its case. Alright. I gotta move way up here. Get out of my way. And let's see here. Make sure you tighten your nuts back. I'm just going to finger tighten them. They're not really anything that's structurally supporting anything. Like, who cares? Okay. Tighten your nuts back. And this is going to drop down like this. And I'm going to reach in and connect the two. So basically I'm going to put this back on its top in order to reach in there and do this. Almost sounds like this would be easier to disconnect again. Maybe not, who knows. Alright. Let's connect these guys back. Can't see nothing because my arm's in the way. This is what I'm working with over here. They're triangle shaped. The only way they'll fit. And the other only fits a certain way too. Got a notch on it. You cannot mess it up. I mean, you can try. Don't be the underachiever. Let's just drop down like that. This puts in right here. And I'm going to move it off to the front so the knobs don't get touched. Now the screw holes are lining up down here at the bottom. I'm just going to screw them back in. And then we'll do the back. Pretty confident in the repair. sometimes I like to do long videos like this so you can see how long it's going to take you to do it. Because you go in and you do a video and you only do it and it's only like 3 minutes and you're going to get a bunch of comments that said, it only did 3 minutes. No, it's going to take you an hour. It's just that creator didn't want to pick and make you watch a video for an hour. So, don't whine about it. Doing you a service here, showing you how to fix something. Probably cost you a lot of money. Okay? Alright. Now let's get these two squeaky guys back in. They probably won't squeak going in. I was wrong. I'll leave them out a little bit. Let's squeak it all the way down. Okay. Doing this screw over here. This screw here and this screw here next. Alright, get the power plug back in and let's turn it on. See what happens. Don't forget to put your knob back on, like I did. And look, that's all it is. It's just a stitch screw, so I didn't break nothing. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Okay, moment of truth. We still have no power. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to take the back panel off one more time. I'm going to mount that switch. That's for this filter here. And make sure that switch is not bad. Alright, here we go. Now the one red wire goes to the fuse, comes in from, I'm guessing it'll jump into hot. Actually, it'll probably jump in the ground to the fuse. One side goes to here. So, luckily they use this soft, very soft material for the heat shrink. And I see that has 0 ohms. I'm gonna go up here to this side of the switch and follow it back, make sure I have a connection to the fuse, and I do. And I'm gonna go to the other side of the switch, and I got it there. And I'm going to touch this tab here and I got it here. Okay, so switch is good. Not sure what to think now. Okay. And that switch is in the on position, so interesting. Take it all the way apart just to see what else could be wrong. I didn't look at that sign U part. I'm not sure exactly what it does. Something to do with the iron, I'm guessing. ACN, iron. Let me take a quick look at this to make sure one switch doesn't have to be on versus the other. And it's me doing that, by the way. The ACN comes in here. No. Both are dead. Okay, I'm not going to waste any more time on the video. Looking at this bulb. That bulb looks like it's bone. Now why that would provide anything, that would do anything for the path. That's your ultraviolet. That's your bulb. I would not expect that to take and make any difference for the rest of the unit working. Could be wrong. This is your power over here. Power input going into transformer. Red and black. red and black. Black comes out of here, goes to the computer fan. Another red here. It comes from this little thing here, 100 volt, 130 volt, whatever that is. Which comes from this here that says iron, which is not where that's plugged into. I'm just generally curious on what this thing is. Must not have good metal within it, it's not magnetized. I got a screw on the motor side, must be. Yeah. Where'd the other one go? There we go. Oh, it's potted. Not gonna be able to get into that at all. That goes to one single wire. And that single wire goes to something. Not sure what it does. Goes to the front of this fan here. Must detect the ions. The ions. That's what I must detect. Cool. Basically a spark generator. High voltage. Anyway, so the bulb is bad. Let's change the bulb out. I still don't understand why it's not getting any voltage to the unit, unless there's something else that I'm missing. Highly possible. Probably could just start soldering all these little things here, the crappy joints, and make it work. Got to looking at this board again, and this main power switch is very soft when it turns on. Kind of makes me wonder. It's actually bad. I can actually see the switch rising lower. So, either that means that we're not making good contact, or switch is bad internally. Let's see if I can move this over here. There we go. I'll put this on basically 0 ohms, a 200 ohm continuity. You can see that I have 0 ohms here with the middle leads, and OL means overload. So I do not know how the switch works right now. We're going to find this out. I don't know if you turn the switch on and then you get a reading. I get nothing from here. Okay, we'll go across here. Nothing. Alright, I'm going to compare it to the other side. I got 0 ohms. Overload. Nothing. Oh. I got 4 ohms there. It did adjust. Now that might mean this is a 500K hot. Okay, so it might mean, there we go. I'm gonna put it up to 200K. Oh, that's 500K, duh. Put it up to 2 meg. And now I can watch it adjust. So it goes from 130K down to 0. Now let's go to the other one, to the 130K, completely maxed out. And it'll adjust up to 450K. Alright. 235 across this here when it's in its closed position. This one in its closed position was 131. Now they are across a resistor each, and we're reading across that resistor. Gotcha. So it is adjusting just fine. Okay. So that's 463. Now, there's 2 contacts on the bottom, and I kind of was curious about what they do. I got 0 ohms. Zero ohms. Infinity. Got to the other switch. And now I got that switch to work. Okay, I got 0 ohms there. We'll switch on. Close it. And then I have no continuity, which is great. So that means this switch here should have continuity when it's turned on. And there's our problem. So this switch here is bad. Now we gotta figure out why is it bad. Let's take it apart. So I like to take everything apart and inspect it to the best of my ability. Get some more lighting over here. And what I'm going to do is pull back this tab here. I could take in, I'm going to leave this halfway. Would it be nice if you had like a pair of cutters or something? Be able to spread this better. You know, something sharp and flat that's not going to cut your finger. Now I know that this is soldered onto the circuit board, which is fine. Might be able to manipulate it just a little bit to bend it up. Because it could just be as simple as a contact not working right. Okay? That's what it could be. Now I moved this and I shouldn't have. Because now it's not locking right. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to try to see what's inside this. It's like a set of contact. What it should do is just heat this up here and then lift it up. I'll do that now. Okay, so I got the switch back off. I'm mechanically going to turn this back on. I'm going to insert this back in its little hole. And I'm going to turn this around. And let's see, it didn't turn, did it? No. Okay. I had wondered. There we go. That's what I like to hear. Okay. Now I guess we're going to push these down, and then I'm going to solder these legs back on. Now that I know that I got that going. That was weird. Weird, cheap Chinese. Yeah, it's not clicking anymore. What I think happened was this probably got overstripped. I don't think it's on. Let's check it again. It's not. Okay. So I'm just going to leave this mechanically turned on and maybe just move the tab off so it will never be turned off, and he just has to physically turn it off from the back when he wants it off. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to resolder this. I may or may not even need... Nope, I don't. Should be able to use the solder that's already here. There. Now let's see if I manage to keep the switch working. There we go. Nice. Awesome. And there you go. That's all the problem was. It's that stupid switch. It just needed this to be pressed down tight for this to make contact. Sweet. Good deal. And here we go. We have fan. We have ozone. Sweet. And that's all there was to it. Mechanical connections, solder joints, and you'll get your thing working again. Like I said, the light bulb, the UV bulb, just peel the glue off. It's just like any fluorescent. You gotta rotate it and pull it straight out and put the new one back in. They're like 33 bucks online. Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you were able to fix your own unit. I will see you next time. Please consider subscribing